You want to know what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reminds me of? Yakuza. I think that's how you pronounce her name. In Aho Girl. In Aho Girl, she is the biggest idiot. She in probably all of Japan. She is so dumb that due to her not studying, she gets 0 on all her tests in all her subjects. I'm not even kidding you. Check out the anime. It's really funny. But that's exactly how Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reminds me of. She's that stupid. Because first she made excuse me. She was kind of self-entitled during the State of the Union when she didn't really stand up and applaud for the fact that unemployment was low, especially among blacks and Latinos, which, considering that she is a democratic socialist, even though that actually it's called socialist, that would be a good thing since the Democrats are into supporting ethnic minorities. She didn't stand up or clap or anything. One of the few times that she managed to clap was when Donald Trump he talked about the announcement of 58% women now in the workforce, and of course he also mentioned that after a century passed since the 19th Amendment came into law, which is, if you don't recall, the right giving the women the right to vote. She basically just congratulated herself, congratulated everyone around her who were mainly freshmen, and just thought that they somehow led the new nation over simply the election, which is really stupid considering that we've already had a first woman in Congress since prior to the Second World War. I forgot what her name was, but she was pretty well known, especially at that time because at the time after the Pearl Harbor attack, she was in fact the only dissenting vote that actually said no to sending people to war, and that was because she was pacifist. Now I'm getting off topic, but that's just to prove my point. But now she makes this stupid idea about Green New Deal. She wants to add programs to, in her own words, try to get renewable energy to be 100%, well, let me rephrase that. She wants all American energy to be 100% renewable energy by the end of the 2030s. The 2020s, which is 2030. That's 11 years from now. Now, she also made some stupid comment about this being our generation's World War II and the whole idea of journeying to it's similar to journeying to the moon, which I will get into because those are still stupid comments. But I want to break down her policies. Within her statement, she talked about this idea about trying to limit carbon emissions by trying to eliminate air traffic, as well as to control, or at least I don't know how she thought this was a good idea or not, but to control the emissions from cows. Okay. How? Forget the money for the second. Forget the government intrusion. Forget the large government. How is she gonna do that with cows? How is she going to ban air traffic when that is one of the reasons that facilitates trade in the United States, as well as brings in new people and whatnot? How is she gonna do that? She can't. I think the closest thing that she can ever do to limiting limited carbon emissions is to give like a butt plug for every single cow. And even then, that would just make her look stupid. I don't understand her sometimes. She proves that she has gone beyond the normal limits of stupidity, even for a politician. It's really sad if you think about it that way. Now, in terms of government programs, that's just another issue that I have entirely, because she's talking alongside trying to get renewable energy to 100%. She's trying to establish a sort of green bill of rights to allow people to be given the right to work, which is by offering every single person a job, even those who are not committed to actually working for their job, and at the same time, she's also committed to proposing universal health care. Lady, do you know how much that shit costs? We're already in $20 trillion of debt, thanks to the past precedents. And you want to add like a few more $1 trillion to it? How do you think that's feasible? And how do you think people are gonna feel if taxpayers' money is just being blown out of your ass? They're not gonna feel good about it, and you're not gonna be elected. Hell, I don't think that you're gonna be elected either way, or re-elected either way, because you're that stupid. I'm pretty sure that a lot of liberals are just cringing at this plan for ever since it was announced. Now, a lot of other people, especially the Democratic co-sponsors, may say otherwise, even when you say in your tweet when that about 70 House co-sponsors have actually co-sponsored this bill from day one. That's just due to the freshmen and a lot of people like Cory Booker who like the idea of adding more votes. Or, well, who like the idea of gay votes due to, like, Cory Booker's situation, like the video I mentioned like a week ago, that he is running for the president of the United States. So that doesn't really surprise me that Cory Booker would be involved with all this. But, if you ask me, the biggest issue I have with this is how self-centered and arrogant she is. Not only is she pretty stupid, but she's arrogant. I mentioned before that she made those comments where this is our generation's World War II, and it's very similar to reaching to the moon. First of all, reaching to the moon, that was something that humanity could do because we had the technology to do that, and it was a single objective that JFK announced. While it was true that at the time it was considered crazy, it was still within reach. He wasn't going to add another impossible possible objective for the United States to do. Because if that were the case, it would be like, okay, this is definitely not feasible. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is taking this similar, making this exactly how I'm saying it. She is adding too many crazy policies, and of course, she's forgetting about the idea that a lot of Democrats and Republicans who have not co-sponsored a bill may have different issues, let's just say, with the overall draft of the bill, and it's suspected to. I suspect it might be able to change if it is continued on through the House of Representatives and as well as in the Senate. And second, her generation's World War II. Before you guys ask anything, her generation, if you guys are not clear about that, she's a millennial and she's considering this her World War II. It's how, in the name of God, does anyone consider climate change to be the same equivalent as World War II? In World War II, America, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union, and France, and a lot of other allied countries were fighting against a larger tyranny that was willing to expand across the globe, and against fascist Japan, Italy, and Germany, and we won. But that cost us 60 million people. And yet she's comparing climate change, which, as far as I know, has not taken a single life, a single human life, similar to World War II. Is she really that? I hate how she's that self-centered, because when you think about it, it's pretty much undermining the roles of World War II veterans and how much they risked, how much they fought for in terms of what they actually did as soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and whatnot during the Second World War. She just diminishes that just with one statement. And it's kind of funny that she considers this her generation's World War II in another way, because in Britain, and I know this is not in the United States, but it kind of applies here. In Britain, 4 out of 10 millennials were willing to dodge the draft should a war break out. I consider that very funny, because if Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez considers climate change to be her generation's World War II, I doubt she's going to get enough volunteers. And I'm pretty sure she's going to get a lot of draft dodgers. I'm pretty sure they will not be committed to this. And that's just from the population itself. Within the House of Representatives, I'm pretty sure that she will have no chance of even gaining the support of the Republicans or enough Democrats just within the House of Representatives itself. And then it's willing to be dead, and it's willing to be dead on arrival by the time it reaches the Senate, should it make it that far. I don't expect this to become law. If I were to give it a good ranking, it would be a 1% chance of it succeeding. 1%. That's just my best that I could say, because this is so progressive that I'm pretty sure neoliberals in the Democratic Party are not so keen to this. But that could easily change. But either way, I do not think that this bill is going to become law. It's going to have to deal with the Senate, which is Republican-controlled, and, of course, it's going to have to deal with Donald Trump, who is more than likely to just veto this bill. And I don't think that the Democrats have enough power to revive that, should that happen. What I think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez really needs is a reality check, because apparently that is exactly what she is lacking. My name is Noah, me, and on the Arc Truth. On the Arc Truth, please post your comments down below, subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends. Bye.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains.